Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller prospecting, and welcome to Patreon's Appreciation Show, or my Patreon's Appreciation Show. Let me go catch up on chat, and this is January's Appreciation Live Show. Not that y'all didn't know, it says it in the thumbnail and all that, so you all knew that. Let me go catch up on chat. Reg Lab, how's it going? Sorry to hear about your problems, brother, with the X. I know how that is. I was thinking about you today. I was like, man, he must be having something going on. I haven't seen him in a while. HD, thank you for being here and being here very early. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a mod as well. And same to you, Donna. Thank you for being here. Refotris, thank you for being here. Charles King. Let me see. As I scroll through chat. David Desautels, thank you for being here. SRIP63, how's it going, brother? Thank you for being here. JNV Rockhounding, I appreciate you being a Patreon member, a supporter, anything. It doesn't have to be paid. If you just watch the shows, I appreciate it. So I appreciate everything anyone does for my channel. So Mentally Corrupted, thank you very much. Excuse me. Who else we got here? I'm sorry, I'm trying to read. I read a lot of this while I was setting up. Jake Peacock, how's it going? Jake, tomorrow I will be sending you this COA for that Bark Gold Nugget because I forgot to include it in the package I sent you. So you'll get that in a couple days. You'll have a COA for it. So, silly me forgetting the things like that. Cost me an extra $5, but all things country, how's it going? I don't know. My foot is caught on the cords. Who else is here? A3 Skyward. What's up, Rich? How's it going? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Culver Prospecting. Thank you for being here. CJ Hayes. Mark Sheldon. Who else we got? Is that it? Thomas Leha. How's it going, brother? I got to watch the Kiddos. Yeah, I know how that is. Wanda, how's it going? Alan Curie. Thank you all for being here. All right, let me pop out chat while I have a second. All right, and go to software, ugly mug. There we go. Set it all up. KC String, how's it going? Thank you for being here. Rebel Dog Adventure Team. And anyone I miss, I apologize. Chat's kind of busy tonight, and I'm trying to get through it. Jason G, how's it going? Got your Australian Paydirt. You got to try that Vegemite. Got to try that Vegemite. Josh, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Amanda Culver, thank you. Keith Capellaro, thank you for being here. Brian Phillips, Chris W. And again, if I missed anyone, I apologize. I'm trying to. David Simon, go through chat, but I'm doing a horrible job at it. Rudy 2781, Stephen LeBlanc, the one and only. I think I got everyone. Where is this Australia place you speak of? So first off, I want to thank all my Patreon members. I need to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all very much. Because without my Patreon members, I would not be able to do a lot of the reviews I do. I would still be doing the 1 gram once a month thing, and the rest of the time doing little $20 bags off of eBay in between. But because of my Patreon members, I can go to Australia. I didn't actually fly there. I just had Secret Shoppers order from there. And have the Paydirt come in. And this is, I think, the 3rd year I've done Australian Paydirt. First year I just kind of did a couple of them. But last year I did a whole month Australian Paydirts. This month I did it again. Or last month I did it again. And it was just awesome. It was all great Paydirts. I was so impressed. All the Paydirts were really, really good. I enjoyed all of them. And to reward everyone that's a Patreon member, that's what we're doing. If you were a $79 tier, you're getting a bag of Miller Prospecting Australia Paydirt. So the gold that I got from this month all went in these bags, as well as the dirt. So this is Australian dirt, this is Australian gold, and if you're a $79 tier member, you'll be getting one of these. They're going shipped out tomorrow. It's about 6 ounces of Australian Paydirt and, an unknown amount of gold, anywhere from a half a gram to a gram. If you're a $79 Patreon member, you read the rules. I will tell you, it's much closer to the gram than the half a gram. But it is all Australian gold and it is all Australian dirt. Now that's pretty good, a .553 nugget. That's beautiful. Hey, PA, how's it going, brother? Can Do Veteran, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. Pitbull Prospecting. Vendetta, what's up, brother? Thank you for being here. I saw you got some Paydirt on your website, brother. I didn't even know about that. I just happened to look at your website yesterday and saw you got Paydirt on there, brother. You're selling Paydirt. In case anyone didn't know, Vendetta's got Paydirt on his website. So there we go. JBM, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for joining the live show. So yeah, we got some nuggets to give away. But again, I just have to thank all my Patreon members. I need to thank all my new Patreon members that just joined last month. Thank you all very much. And thank you to all my Patreon members who upgraded their tiers. I know a couple people went up to the $79 tier. And also all the ones who downgrade. I still appreciate you. If you can if you downgrade because times are rough, if you have to leave, I totally understand. I totally appreciate every single thing anyone does for me and this show. So I can do these live shows, do these reviews, things like that. So thank you all very much. So it was a great month. January was an absolutely blast month. And so far, I've already shot February's first video. And it's a kicker too. And I think the next one's going to be a kicker too. So this might be a great year. This might be the year of the gold year. This might be the gold Paydirt year. And I'm sure I'm going to try some Paydirts off of eBay and stuff later in this year. But so far this year, January started out with a banger. I'm thinking February is going to be a banger. So it's looking pretty good. Chef V, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it, brother. Big Texas, how's it going, brother? But I'm getting some Paydirt as soon as I get a pan. A lot of people do it the other way. A lot of people get the Paydirt first, then it makes them buy the pan. Troubled One, how's it going? T-Rep Adventures. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. So, and what else? Oh, and one more thing. What's up, super secret Patreon member? How's it going? How are you been doing, Jason? I'm so far behind on my videos. I haven't even seen, I think I'm 2 months behind on most of my videos. You should see my upstairs laptop. Every time a video comes out that I don't need to, I just bookmark it. And the bookmark thing is so long now. I'm going to just have to like splurge one day and just spend all day watching all my videos. But thank you very much. I really appreciate that, brother. But you're not so secret anymore. Now they all know. So that wasn't Jason. That was not Flower Gold Wizards. That's a lot. It definitely would be a lot of PBR considering I don't drink, you know. That's like an infinite lifetime supply of PBR for me. So what else? So that's about it. Now I will say one thing. Since this is about Patreon and stuff like that, if anyone, even if you're not a Patreon member, if you're a past Patreon member, if you're a current Patreon member, if at any time you are a Patreon member, one of the problems with Patreon, and I've done this, I've said this speech a couple times, a couple months ago, is I only allow so many Patreon members in each one of my tiers because I don't want to have too many people supporting the channel because then the rest of the money just kind of can't really spend it. So, you know, I have a budget every month, and if I get X number of Patreon members, it'd be fully satisfied. And right now it's 30 in the $5 tier, 30 in the $10 tier, 30 in the $25 tier, and 10 in the $79 tier. That's the maximum I'll allow. 100 Patreon members. That's all I need. That's all I ever would want. I don't get that many, but you know. But one of the problems with Patreon is if, let's say, you join the $5 tier and then you decide to leave, but instead of just leaving and signing out and closing the account, if you let the card get declined, Patreon still considers you a Patreon member. So, for example, if I had 30 $5 members this month, and at the end of the month, they all get declined, every month after that, if you went to my Patreon page, it would say that all 30 spots were filled. It's a ridiculous thing. I've emailed Patreon about 100 times asking them to fix this. So the only way to fix this is to ban those members. So if you've ever been declined in the past, what'll happen is I have to ban you from my channel on Patreon and then unban you. And then it gets rid of that. So then that spot is taken up. Like right now, if you go on, I think the $10 tier, it says the $10 tier is full, but it's not. I have 2 members who were declined 2 or 3 months ago. So if you get an email from Patreon saying you're banned on Patreon, you're not. You're not banned. It's just me cleaning house, getting rid of spots that are not open so they can be filled. So I apologize because I always do it. And every time I do it, somebody sends me an email like, dude, you know, I supported you for X number of years or X number of months or X number of days. And now you're going to ban me. And they get all upset. And I tell them, I'm like, I sent you an email because I always do send emails as well. I send an email, you're not banned. Don't worry about the last email. But they don't read that. They just read the first one that says they're banned. So nobody's being banned. If you see it, if you happen to be watching this video and you say, oh, I just got an email from Patreon saying Dylan banned me. You're not banned. I'm just cleaning house, getting rid of all the declined charges on Patreon. So, and if anyone, if one of the mods wants to drop the hidden link while I remember it, you can pin it to the top and I appreciate it. Don't all fight over it, just so, but drop the hidden thing. So that's all the news for Patreon and me banning people. So if you get a ban email, ignore it, just like everyone ignores me all the time. So Dino, thank you. Dean Olson, how's it going? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And now let's get to the tiers, because there was some confusion earlier when HD didn't think he was in a certain tier that he is. Now, the way I have my tiers broken down is I have a $25 tier, and that every month you get a bigger prize. That's the big nugget tier. And this month, for last month, that is this 2.02 gram Australian gold nuggets. So this is a 2 gram Australian gold nugget. I was hoping to get bigger, but for some reason they charge extra for Australian gold. So the $25 tier is getting a 2 gram nugget. Now for the $10 tier, they're going to be getting a 0.78 gram Australian nugget. And this one I actually got a really good deal on, because I was originally looking, it was going to be, I think, 0.65, but I managed to swindle somebody and get a good deal on that 0.78 gram nugget. So that's for the $10 members. And for the $5 members, again, I got a really good deal. Namely, it came out of one of the bags of Paydirt I got. This 0.27 gram nugget will go to the $5 members. But now, for the $79 tier, this is where some confusion comes in. The $79 tier, in reality, is a $25 tier plus $54 goes towards a bag of Paydirt. So if you're in the $79 tier, you are still entered in the big nugget giveaway. You're still in the $25 tier, but that extra $54 goes towards a bag of Paydirt every single month. And that's why the gold will vary. It will vary from a half a gram to 1 gram based on how much gold I find that month and if I get any good deals. Last month, I managed to get a really good deal on one of those bags of Paydirt that I panned out, that Australian Paydirt. So the bags will be a little bit heavier this month. Some months, I just get skunked. I can't find any cheap gold anywhere, and you're going to be closer to the half gram mark. But that's the way it works out. If you're in the $79 tier, which is full, by the way, if you're in the $79 tier, you're still in the $25 tier, plus $54 goes towards a random bag of Paydirt. And this month, it will be Australian Paydirt. So that's one of the good things about being in the $79 tier. You're guaranteed a bag of Paydirt when I get something special like this Aussie Paydirt. So I mean, I would just ban some of the people like PA just randomly. I'm just gonna ban PA. So PA, if you get a notice saying you're banned, actually I can't do that because you're a current member. If I ban you, it'll mess you up. The only people that I ever ban are already not members. So they're already not Patreon members. They might plan on coming back, which is why I usually typically wait 2 or 3 months before I do this, just because, you know, I don't want to upset somebody if their credit cards just happen to be declined. You know, they're going through trouble, cards get stolen or something like that. So usually I wait 2 or 3 months, and if they're not back by then odds are they meant to leave and they, you know, just didn't bother doing anything. So that's that. So those are the nuggets we're going to be giving away. Again, $25 tier, 2.02 gram nugget. $10 tier is a 0.78 gram nugget. $5 tier is a 0.27 gram nugget. And then every single member, if you have every single member in Patreon, if you're a $5, $10, $25, or $79, gets 1 entry towards this Australian bag of Paydirt with a random amount of gold. I can tell you it's a gram. So there's a gram of gold in this bag. You will be entered for 1 gram of gold in that. And then as a bonus, because this month the Australian Paydirt was so awesome, I'm also going to be putting in a second place prize for everyone will get 1 entry for this little bitty rounder. It's a really round Australian nugget, and it weighs up at exactly 0.50 grams. So I'm giving away 4 nuggets, 1 bag of Paydirt today to all my Patreon members. So we'll do that in a second. I need to go check and make sure everything's ready to go. Yeah, and they're beautiful nugs. This week, I was kind of behind on some stuff, some family stuff I was dealing with, much like Reg Lab. So it just takes an enormous amount of time. So I didn't get to post pictures or take pictures of all the nuggets, but they're all beautiful nuggets. This one actually looks like a little lobster claw, the 2.02 gram one. It's a beautiful Australian gold. It sucks they charge so much. I couldn't get any deals on the big nuggets. I was howling for a month. I was working with everybody trying to get some good deals on the nuggets, but so next month we'll have to make up for it. Bandit birth. No. So hopefully that explains the tiers, the $79 tier. I always have the $79 tier is always it's kind of a confusing one. The upper tiers. That's why I got rid of, I used to have 50, 100, and $100 tier, and I got rid of both and kind of combined them into one. So, and that's it. Everyone definitely should try. Everyone, I think, last month, I mean, I love Gold Nugget sales. They won my last year's Super Bowl and Paydirt. I even sent him something special. He hasn't showed off in his gold vlog yet, but he has something special for the win. Maybe one of these days he'll show it off. But I love GNS. I think he's an awesome Paydirt seller. And I also think everyone else I reviewed this month was really awesome. I mean, some of them had their kickers and some, you know, you're going to get a really high ROI from the rock and ore, but it's just going to be 2 or 3 pieces of gold. Life W Gold is really good. It's got that red dirt that we all like, just like GNS. Their prices are going up and up and up, so they might fall in the leeways while some of these other newer ones were really, really good. Highbanker.com.au, I think, was absolutely my favorite actual Australian Paydirt to order from Australia. And remember, not everyone that watches my video lives in the United States. So some people that watch my videos, it's easier for them to order from High Banker or Rock and Ore than it is to order from Gold Nugget Sales. So even some people in other countries, it's cheaper for them to order from Australia than it is to order from Gold Nugget Sales. Oh, they actually put they put an ad. See, I block ads. They specifically ask you, let me go. It even tells me, it says now would be a good time to insert ads because I set it up so only I can push in ads. But they're going to put in ads no matter what. I'm so bummed out. So actually the GNS video and this YouTube, it's just YouTube. So when I posted the Gold Nugget sales video, I paid for that music. I paid for that music for the last, so far, like the last 3 or 4 months, every single video I've posted, which is why the music's getting a little bit better because I've been buying the music. I forgot to put in the copyright for the music. So they demonetized it and then said it was too late 48 hours later to monetize it because even though I have proof that I copyrighted it. So the GNS one, somebody else is making all the money on that one. So not that there's a lot. YouTube doesn't pay me. Somebody else made that nickel off that video, which really, really sucks, you know, which I don't mind. You know, I'd rather demonetize them, but they said the video can't be monetized, but it still has ads in it. So somebody, you know, they just didn't want to give me my nickel. But what you going to do? That's just the way YouTube is and everything is. Every country, there's not a single country around that things are not expensive. It's, you know, I don't like to talk politics or anything else like that. I'm just going to say this. COVID gave every single company an excuse to raise prices. Every single company. It didn't matter what your company was. COVID gave every single big Fortune 500, any major company, an excuse. They could say supply lines were down, employment, they didn't have employees, anything. Every single company, and this goes for around the world. This has nothing to do with just US or anything. Around the world, COVID gave every single big company an excuse to raise prices. COVID went away. Shipping lanes started up again. Everything is back on track. Not one single company said, well, let's lower our prices now. Nope. They found an excuse to raise their prices and they raised them. It's just what we're going to have to do. That, you know, if you were to do that during a hurricane in South, if I lived in New Orleans and opened a restaurant or anything like that and the hurricane hit and I raised my prices 3 times, they'd throw me in jail. But when big Fortune 500 companies do it all over the world, it's allowed. So that's my rant. So it's not just Canada, every country, everything is just absolutely bonkers expensive. Every time I go to the grocery store, a little tear rolls down my cheek as I pick up some food, just shake my head. A box of macaroni went from 33 cents, you know, 3 years ago to like $1.25 now, you know. It's just crazy. Yep. Yeah. It's just, I didn't mind during COVID when you had things that go wrong. If you can't get in, if you've only got 8, sheets of sheetrock or whatever, and you can't get more in, then those 8 pieces of sheetrock are extremely expensive. But once you get your supply back, you say, well, let's now lower the price. And they just didn't do that. And what happened is, what's worse is now that companies realize that if there's a big scare, they can use that scare as an excuse. It's come out that, okay, during the bird flu epidemic that happened really bad last year, and it's still affecting a lot of things, bird flu. But last year, all the egg prices went up because of the bird flu. Well, they found out that Eggland's Best, which is a premium brand of eggs, typically they cost about 50% more of regular eggs. They raised their prices too, saying, bird flu. They didn't have a single case of bird flu at Eggland's farm. Not a single case. And yet somehow they had to raise their prices from, I think it was like $2.27 to $3.87. They raised their prices like $1.50 because of bird flu that they never had one case of. So I don't know, everything just costs more and more money. It's okay. It just, that's why the economy's so good everywhere. All over the country, economy's good all over the world because everyone's got to have 2 jobs, It's all good though. It's just part of life. Sooner or later, something will happen. Prices will come down because that's how it happens. This is the ebb and flow of history. Companies will start jacking up prices and saying, this and this and this. And then what happens? People start shopping elsewhere. Aldi's. I don't know if anyone has an Aldi by them. Aldi used to be super cheap. 5 years ago, Aldi was the cheapest you can get. You could get food there for a penny pretty much. Now Walmart's cheaper than them. And what's going to happen is Aldi's going to start losing money. They're going to close up. Somebody else will open up one. And they start undercutting each other. And that's how it works. Is right now, everyone's used to paying over. But, like if I opened up a hamburger joint tomorrow and started selling Happy Meals for $3, I'd steal all McDonald's business. And that's exactly what will happen. And then the prices will go down, but we just have to wait it out. So that's why you got to invest in gold by becoming a Patreon member so you can win some gold. DSX Golfer Extreme, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. 907 Pike, how's it going? Yeah. Sadly, like I said, Jeff Jones is going, it's all over the world. It's not just a United States thing. Wrenches, repairs, and prospecting, how's it going? But it's, if you look at history, it's always like that. Companies come and they jack up prices, and then someone comes in. Like, if you look at it, when Walmart, the only reason Walmart's cheap or popular and big and Amazon are big is because they originally came in and undercut all the smaller stores that had raised all their prices. And that's what happened, is all these smaller companies, like whatever was here before Walmart, I don't even remember, Kmart and TG and all those things, they had all kind of raised their prices for whatever reason. And then Walmart came in and said, well, we can sell it cheaper. And they did. And Walmart took over all the business. Some new company will come in that's got $1 billion and say, let's put in new stuff that's cheaper. And, that's how it'll go. I need to start a drinking game. I have one. My drinking game is how much coffee can I consume on Tuesdays. I bought a mountain in Tennessee. That's awesome. Property. I tell my kids all the time, if you want to invest in something, don't invest in Bitcoin. Don't listen to the other reviewer who tells people to invest in Bitcoin. Invest in property. You can make more Bitcoins. You can make more stocks. You can't make more land. So, you can, but if you learn anything from like Saudi Arabia, it didn't go so well for them, all the land they made. So it cost them more than they will ever recoup in the price of the real estate. So yeah, just always invest in land if you can. Buy lots and lots of land. There's a reason why all these big companies, now are all buying real estate because they all realize that. So now, I remember that when the Kias were under 10K. But I will say though, I know one of my friends is a mechanic, and he did tell me that when Kias first came out, they were under 10K and they had a 10-year warranty, and they used every bit of that warranty. I knew people that had their engines replaced 4 or 5 times. But it got their name out there. That's what it happened. Is now Kias aren't the cheapest, Hyundais aren't the cheapest, and they used to be, but that's how they got their foot in there, There you go. All right, let me go see. Enough ranting and raving about the world. Just pan more gold. Pan more gold. That's all there is to it. Pan more Paydirt. It'll make everything go better. You can mine Bitcoin. Yes, you can. You can get more Bitcoin. There's not a finite amount of Bitcoin. That's the whole reason that they mine, is because they make more Bitcoin. But again, it's a Bitcoin was a great investment if you happen to buy it 10 years ago, 20. Nowadays, it's just a suckers. You know, one Bitcoin is like what? I think it's 35,000, but JD Nafi, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. All right, let's go get the wheel ready. And we're going to do the $5 tier first. So we're going to start small to big. Let's shrink down the ugly mug, and we're going to start giving some stuff away. Enough ranting and raving tonight. Land or gold Paydirt? Preferably land that's got gold on it. If you can buy land with gold on it, you're set. The problem is finding that land with gold on it that's not being paid like it's got gold on it. So, Keith and Wynn, how's it going? Thank you. I mean, that's the trick, because most people, if you told somebody, hey, this 1 acre has gold on it, they're going to charge you a lot of money for that acre. But if they don't know there's gold on it, they're going to give you that acre pretty cheap. So, it's just finding them. That's the trick. No, let's shrink down. And that's why there's very few states. I think Arizona is probably your best state for buying land that might have gold on it, because it's such a, open area state that, people just can't dig. They don't want to just dig up their entire property to see if there's gold on there, and especially with no water in a lot of the places. But if you have land there and you got nothing to do during the day, you say, well, I'm going to dig a 3-foot hole over here and see what happens. But all right, let's shrink down ugly mug. And we're doing the $5 tier, which is the 0.27 gram nugget. This one right here. So let's shrink down El Uglio Muggo and spin the wheel. The fully rigged wheel. So there we go. Here is the wheel of names. And thank you to all my members in the $5 tier. Blake Tolson, Bradley Lacey, Charles King, Chris Vanilla, Chris W., Clarence Bierman, David Hamilton, Eric H., Jeff Jones, Joe and Denise Richard, Nathan Nickelback Lou, Rich Peterson, Refotris, Stephen LeBlanc, and Tyler W. Thank you all very much for being Patreon members. I really enjoy your Patreons. And now let's shuffle up the wheel. And somebody is going to be winning that 0.27 gram nugget. And here we go. I have my pen handy so I can write down the winner's name. Who's it going to be? Is this Nathan? Nathan. So congratulations, Nathan. You're the winner of some Australian gold, a little bitty 0.27 gram picker. So we're going to remove that name from there. And now we're going to have to look at my ugly mug in full scale while I set up the wheel for the next one, because this new Google does not support multiple windows with multiple wheels. So there we go. The $5. Who was that? Is that you, Donna? Is that you, Donna? Donna, thank you very much, Donna. I always win when I'm not on there. Thank you very much, Donna. But congratulations, Nathan. Oh, wait, here. Let me set up. Here, I'm going to pin. Make sure you go to the hidden video while I set this up and put an entry in for the bag of Paydirt. We're 1 in 10. We're doing 10 spots again. Today is spot number 1 for a golden bag of Paydirt. This has 1 gram of gold in it. So make sure you go leave a comment in the hidden video while I set this up. So now we're going to do the $10 members. All right. And then let me catch up, chat. Are you not a Patreon troubled one? Are you a $5 tier member? All right, shrink down the ugly mug. One more time. Now we're going to be doing the $10 wheel. The magic $10 wheel of names. Ah, see, that's it. I always double check. Now, I will say, I've been doing Patreon for 3 years, and I have made a mistake once where I did forget somebody, and I apologize. And it actually made out better for him. So, but I'm usually pretty good. I'm pretty good about making sure. So here we go. Here's the $10 thing, the $10 wheel, where we're going to be giving out this 0.78 gram nugget. If I can show it, there we go. See, right there. 0.78 gram nugget for the $10 members. So thank you all very much. Alan Curie, B. Greeny, Brian Carson, David Edgar, David Desautels, Jason Gostoni, Just Be Cool, Kathy Whiteside, Ken Whalen, LX Romanek, Leslie Spencers, Michael Hafner, Package Total, Paul Preston, Randy Bennett, Reg Lab, Richard Billen, Robert Bemethal, Robert Caldwell, Rocky Mountain Life, Ryan Nelson, Ryan Morrison, Sean McClellan, Somewhere in Ohio, Travis Sandor, Troy Ray, Troy Stats, and William Pulley. Thank you all very much. And now let's shuffle up this wheel. And I will say it makes it so much easier now that I don't let you only win 1 month in a row. So, so there we go. Let's pull a $10 name for the 0.78 gram Australian gold nugget. And see who it is. Is it Ken? It's Ken Whalen. So congratulations, Ken. And we'll remove your name, not that it matters, because now we're going to be putting together a new wheel. But first, let me make you look at the ugly mug full size. There we go. And then we're going to be doing the $25. Now this is all the $25 members and $79 members. So, and then we still have a giveaway for everyone, so we still got more stuff. So if you didn't win as a $5 or $10 member, you still have a chance because we're still going to be giving away a bag of Australian Paydirt with 1 gram in it, as well as a 0.5 gram Australian nugget. No, we still have those. While I set up this wheel. Let me catch up on chat as well. All things country. Yeah, my original videos were pretty bad. But like I said, a lot of it has to do with my support for my Patreon members. When I first started, I didn't have Patreon. So, you know, it was just, and I'm disabled. So it was on a shoestring budget. Like, you know, I was literally selling gold the day after I panned it out so I could afford to make another video. And I also talked a lot more. And it wasn't until later that I started realizing, you know, that people were skipping so much of my videos. And it's still hard. My videos still are like, I edit a lot of my videos. I edit a lot of my videos. They're way down there. I mean, my original videos, I think they used to be about 2 hours. And then I'd edit them down to like 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. And now they're about an hour and 30 minutes maybe. And I edit them down to 12 minutes. Most of that is panning now though. See, in the old videos, I didn't even pan. It was just me yik-yakking. And a lot of times I didn't even give the ROI at first because, and to be honest, when I first started YouTube, I really didn't think it would take off. I didn't think I would stick with it. I figured, you know, I'll do this for a couple months and leave and be done with it. So I was really only interested in sending people to my blog where I could do when I wanted, how I wanted, and, you know, you didn't have to look at my ugly mug. So, yes, channel has definitely grown. And a lot of it has to do with not only my Patreon members, but my subscribers too, because I make the videos so subscribers can watch it. All right, Carson Prospect. What's up, brother? Love you, brother. All right, there we go. I'm all caught up on chat, making sure. If I miss anything, I apologize. You know I'm always missing anything. So, all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug again, and this time we're going to do the $25 tier and $79. So this is the $25 and $79 tier. And that's Alan Bolding, Brad Hayden, Brian Phillips, CJ Hayes, Clinton Cole, Dan, PA Patriot Prospecting as y'all know him, Donna Corinne, HD Shola, Jacob E23, James Culver, Joel Jeffrey, John Cola, Joshua Ortiz, Justin Framstead, Justin M, Justin Preet, KC Sering, Keith and Wynn, AU Northwest, Kurt Peel, Mark Sheldon, MJ in RRL, Rebel Dog, Redman 00039, Richard Davis, Richard Zeich, Scott LeMay, Thomas Leha, Wiesengeezer TV, who, by the way, had a family member pass recently, so thoughts are out to you, Wiesen. If you're watching this later, I know you're not at the show, and then lastly, Wrench6381. So sorry to hear about your bad news, Wiesengeezer. Now we're going to shuffle this up, and again, this is for the 2.02 gram Australian nugget. Beautiful. The Australian crab claw. That's what I'm calling it. There we go. There we go. $25 wheel. Is this going to Josh or Brian? Josh or Brian? 100% rigged. Josh Ortiz. And he didn't even come here to be a mod. So, you know, we should just respin it and not tell him, huh? Josh, the time you're not here being a mod and you win. So congratulations to Josh. And now we will set up for the last 2 spins. So catch up on chat. Sorry to hear, Wiesen. I saw it yesterday in the live show for Backyard Prospecting. I was listening to the show and I could watch chat, but I couldn't chat back. So I did see it, and I just wanted to make sure I told you today. You know, sorry for your loss, brother. Yeah. It's always rigged. You know that, Wrenches, you know? There's a reason these people want to be mods for me. That big pay. All right, last up. We still have to give away 2 more things. A bag of Australian Paydirt, and this is real Australian Paydirt that I got from last month's Paydirts. So that with a 1 gram of Australian dirt, as well as a 0.5 gram Australian nugget. And these are 2 different prizes. So we'll pick the Paydirt first, and then we'll pick their other prize. Let me put those names in the wheel. And this will be everyone's name. If you are a $5, $10, $25, or $79 member, you got 1 entry. Everyone gets 1 entry in the final giveaway, just to try and give somebody something. It gives everyone a random chance. If, you know, you're just a $5 member, you have just the same chance as the $79 tier, because those tiers get their own prizes to make up for it. You know, $79 tiers get a bag of Paydirt, and they also get an entry in the $25 tier, and they can win a big nugget. With the $5 tier, they get the little nugget, but they still get a chance at the 1 gram bag of Paydirt. So we're going to set up that wheel, and make sure, as always, you go to the top. Who snuck that in there? Big Texas, thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. All Things Country. I think they were bad videos. I mean, they had their purpose, you know. You know. The thing was, when I first started doing this, again, there was nobody else doing reviews. When I first started doing this, it was me and one other guy doing reviews. And I didn't really, you know, nowadays there's so many people doing reviews, you can go and look at each one and say, ooh, I like that part. Oh, I like that. I like how he does that. And people can cobble together their own style. But back then I was kind of just making it up as I went along, and, you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. I give it another year or 2 and I'll be right on the mark. I'll be doing real good videos. It's only random if HD wins. I wish everyone could win, but, you know, sadly, you know, I need another Patreon page that nobody knows about. There's a whole bunch of people just donate to, so I could give away a whole bunch to these Patreon members. Now, we're going to be giving away 2 more. And again, make sure you go to the top pinned comment, because we're starting a new month, or another 2 months. We're doing another top 10. 10 chances, 1 in 10 chance spots for a 1 gram bag of Paydirt. And that's the golden bag of Paydirt. And this is 4 ounces of material, a little bit of golden surprise in here with 1 gram of gold. And it's 4 ounces, so I can ship this international. Anybody can win this anywhere over the world, and I'll ship it to you. So make sure you go leave a comment on the hidden video, and we'll pull that last. So you do have to, as always, be here in the live chat if I pull your name. So make sure you're here if you put your name in there, and I will put you down in spot number 1. And if you're not here, then you lose that spot and somebody else will get it. So, yeah, royalty last name. That's it. So, all right, let's pull these last two bags, or this last bag and this last nugget. And then we can give away the hidden video comment. So here we go. This is everybody's name, the big wheel. Everyone's got their name on there once. Even the winners. So even the people that Josh Ortiz, who won the big nugget, he could be getting a bag of Paydirt to match it, or Ken Whalen or Nathan. So here we go. This is for the 1 gram bag of Australian Paydirt. Here we go. Good luck to everyone, and thank you for being a Patreon member. I really do appreciate it. Julie Hansen. There you go. So congratulations to Julie. You all know her. We're going to remove her name. And then we're going to shuffle it. And then we're going to give away a 0.5 gram Australian nugget. And Alan Curry, our overseas friend. So Alan Curry, congratulations. You're going to be getting some Australian gold. Just a wee bit of gold, though. And that's it. Now we just have to pick a name from the hidden video. But before that, you have to look at my ugly mug while I set it up. But congratulations to all the winners tonight. Thanks to all of you who support the channel. I appreciate it. And let me go. Delete that. All right. Hey, Joey Brown, how's it going? Reg Lab. I wish I could rig it. I really do wish I could rig it, but then it would rig and like everyone's name would show up and then everyone would have to like share it. You'd have to like mail everything around all the time. You know, like, okay, I had it for my week. Now let me send it over to HD. No. All right, let me go pull the link for the hidden video. And there we go. Daniel Wilson, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So yeah, so we're going to be giving away 1 in 10 spots now. You don't actually win anything today, but your name will be put into a spot that we'll be giving away on, when will that draw be? May. I think May 1st is when we're going to be doing that drawing. So we got 10 spots to give away. Today is spot number 1. And as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. You know, it's by me, for my subscribers, people who watch the live shows, who I really appreciate that come and watch these live shows. So if I do pull your name, you do have to post something in the live chat. Otherwise, you lose your spot until the next time I do a drawing. So you don't want to miss out. Just be here. Thank you, Alan. So, and all these things will be shipping out tomorrow. I already have all the Patreon Paydirts already bagged up. If you're a $79 tier, those are going out tomorrow. And these will be going out tomorrow as well. I'm actually, yes, you did, Ortiz. See, he heard, his ears were ringing. His ears were ringing. Ortiz was ringing. You won this, brother. 2.02 gram Australian gold nugget. It looks like a lobster claw. That's what you won, brother. Yeah, you won that. But now we're going to do the hidden comment. Let me go make sure everyone's comments are going through, because I know YouTube sometimes doesn't like to let them go through. Nope, everyone's going through. Only pans. Oh my gosh. How's it going, MJ? Thank you for joining the show. No, thank you. I thank you to all my Patreon members. You deserve the wins. You all deserve the wins. Like I said, I wish I could have y'all win more often or win more. One of these days I'll hit the mega lottery or something and, I'll pay everyone back for everything they've ever given to Patreon. I need to start buying some tickets though. I don't currently buy any lottery tickets, but in the future I will start buying lottery tickets and it will be to pay everyone back on Patreon in gold. And I will pay everyone back in gold nuggets. So ditch dirt. Ditch dirt sounds good. Always sounds like good stuff. All right, let me go pull the link. Everyone's had time to post their little comments. Let me see details. There we go. Give me a link. All right, there we go. So let's shrink down the ugly mug one last time to pull the name. And as always, you must post something in the live chat. Otherwise, your name will not count. I won't put you in there. And you can only get one spot in these 10 spots. So if I pull your name and that's it. You only get one spot unless you're a Patreon member. Patreon members can win multiple times. It's just to reward them for supporting the channel and making these giveaways possible. So let's shrink down the ugly mug and pull a name. See who the lucky person is. And there we go. Shameless plug as always. If you ever need to know anything, any Paydirts, anything, go to my website, millerprospecting.com. It shows all my last reviews. It shows every one of my reviews. Every review, every live show, everything is on there. And it shows you the top 10 recommended sellers, last 100 reviews, and also the most important sellers to avoid at the very bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but that's on there. But all the reviews I recently did, all the Australian Paydirts are on here. So really good. Unfortunately, the GNS didn't make it on the last 100 reviews because it was a reveal, but he is on here. I have the gold Paydirt battle, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you go check it out. But for right now, let's pull that name. We're going to fetch comments. Anything goes, but we don't want replies. 60 comments. Let's pick the winner and hope they're here to comment something. Nathan! Nathan won. A lucky man, Nathan. Nathan Rendelman, your comment was nothing. Comments. Usually I don't think those will win, but they did today. So, Nathan, congratulations. Now you just have to post something in live chat before the end of the show. And because of Nathan, now you all have to look at my big ugly mug full size. So, and if you're watching me on TV, it just got even really big. So there you go, Nathan. Congratulations. But you do have to post something in the live chat. So only I don't know how that doesn't sound like a win for me, MJ. So you win the lottery, you buy a huge mine, and you let me dig there. I become an employee. That's not a win-win situation. That's a win-win for you. Like, hey, look, I just bought a mine. Now you can come dig and get me all my gold. Oh, MJ, that does not sound like a good deal. Mine was a good deal. I'm just going to give all the money and give everyone gold. He did post something. Nathan, there you go. Awesome. So your name's in the running. Again, we got to get 10 names. So once we've got 10 names over the next 10 Tuesdays, then on the next show, it will be a Patreon show again. So we'll be giving away a prize on a Patreon show. And that's it is. Everyone will get a shot at the golden bag of Paydirt with 1 gram of gold in it. So... Yeah. Thank you all. And again, thank you to all my Patreon members. Thank you to all my subscribers. This year is starting out with a bang. It's really good. Always good when I start a month out, beginning of the year, and we start out good. All the Australian Paydirts were just awesome. I just had so much fun with the Australian Paydirts. I hope everyone gets a chance to splurge every once in a while and get a good bag. And that's why I do all these ones, because, I know everyone's always going to have their set favorites. It might be Vendetta. It might be Big Texas, it might be Gold Nugget Sales, it might be any of these companies that just your favorite. You know, I have a friend of mine that's Felix Paydirt is his favorite. And that's everyone, you know, you love your favorites, but it's always good to go out and get a new bag every once in a while. And that's why I do these reviews, so you can find those good ones to go get every once in a while when you want to splurge. You know, you say, I'm going to get me an Aussie bag of Paydirt. And I've done a lot of Aussie Paydirts. I think I've up to like 14 or 15 bags I've reviewed from Australia. And these last ones were the only ones that I would probably ever recommend getting again. So I know, MJ, I don't know. Oh. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Thank you for being a mod. Thank you to all my mods. Thank you to all my Patreon members. You people are just awesome. And I will say, while January was great, February starting out with a kicker as well. I'm really surprised so far. And I will say, I'm not in the United States. I'm not in the United States for February. So I decided to, go out a little bit and get some Paydirt from places that's not all United States. And so for the month of February, kicking it off, not in the U.S. And we're going to have some good videos, I think. I've already shot one of them. And it will be out Saturday, and it's a really awesome Paydirt. I'm really, really surprised. I really enjoyed it. So Saturday, I will have a video out, a new premiere, a new company, not United States, a new review, and then next Tuesday, we're going to be panning out another bag from them. So some really awesome stuff. GNS Big Red. I love the Big Red. The last couple of bags that Gold Nugget Sales has put out are just really, really awesome. I know a lot of people when he first came out weren't really thrilled about his product. He had really good ROIs, but a lot of people, it was boring and, all the dirt was the same. It was just, and he stepped up his game. He listened, he improved. I complained about his descriptions. He improved his descriptions, which is something. Gold Bag, I used to complain to Dave all the time about his description sucked. His descriptions still suck to this day, 5, 6, 7 years later. You never know what you're getting with Dave. But at least with, GNS and Mike over there, you know what you're getting. He really does put some really great Paydirts out there. And the last couple are just been bangers. So, Terry, good night. Thank you. Appreciate everyone who joined the show tonight. Again, Saturday, I will have a new premiere coming out. And then next Tuesday, we're going to be panning out a new Paydirt that's not from the United States. And we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm out of here. I hope everyone has a great week. And hopefully I will see you Saturday for the premiere. And if not, maybe I'll see you on Tuesday for the next live show, where we will be doing another giveaway with one of the 10 spots. So make sure you show up. I know I need to review Gold Bay again. I haven't in a while. I have a bag up here somewhere. Somebody just sent me an old bag of Gold Bay they had, so I bought it. Sluice Boy, I like Sluice Boy. He's a really nice guy. I've talked to him a whole bunch. I've talked to him for years. I've reviewed him 5 years ago. I think I reviewed him. He was one of my original companies I reviewed. He's been around forever. His ROIs aren't the best, but I do like him. He's a good, a good old boy. So. And they are miners. They do mine their own stuff. They do have videos on YouTube showing them mine. So I really do like it. So, but all right, everyone. Have a great week. Again, hopefully see you all Saturday. And if not, Tuesday. And let's find some more gold this year, 2024, the year of panning, finding some good Paydirts.